It's just gone lunchtime. This is All Angles here on eNCA. Good afternoon. I'm Masego Ratlaga. We have reached that time of the day when we give you an update on how far many of the stories we've been following for you on the show today have advanced. Here's your lunchtime update. Our reporters are out and about, bringing you the latest on today's top stories. I am joined by Lethiwe Mdluli. She's out in Durban. We've got Pule Letshwiti-Jones in Johannesburg, and Nobesuthu, Hejana, is live for us in our Cape Town studios. All right, Lethiwe, let me start with you. KZN has announced it will no longer host the South African Music Awards. Hosting this event would have been about 50 million rand, although he says 25 million rand. That's obviously MEC Duma. What's the reaction that you've gotten so far after this the news broke?
Well, Masego, I've been speaking to the chairperson who speaks on behalf of the KZN artists here in KwaZulu-Natal, and they are saying that they're sad to see the awards not being hosted in Durban because they were actually looking forward to it, but they were not involved in the process, and this is what they had been calling for the past month. They had been engaging with the Department of Economic Development over time, but unfortunately nothing or no results actually came out of those meetings. So they were also questioning where the money was going. As opposition parties here in the province as well, they were questioning why the amount for the summers was so much when the city is dealing with a lot of crises, including the water crisis and also the sewage issue. So when we spoke to the MEC a bit earlier on, when he was giving a briefing, of course we asked him these questions as to why the prices were so inflated, and he did say that his department actually was spending only 20 million rand and not the projected 28 million rand. He says that opposition parties have used this as a political ploy, but opposition parties are saying that they're happy that the awards will not longer be taking place in Durban because this means that state funds will be saved. You remember that Action SA also wrote to the president asking him to intervene in this issue, and just a day later we're hearing that the awards will no longer be taking place. So that's the reaction on the ground. But I did speak to Tizozo a bit earlier on, who speaks for KZN artists, getting his reaction about the cancellation, and this is what he had to say.
Clearly, they don't have a plan for us as the industry because SIFSA KZN, there's no engagement with the department. There's no allocation for us as artists to benefit. We are only asking 300,000 per district, which is 3.3 million. So you know how big is KZN. So the people from the Summers, they said they only have 750 to live in KZN. That's why but we are not happy that the awards are not taking place, because we were only asking to help by activating the province so that people from Singa, people from Kanyagu, they'll feel that there are summers that are going to be here for 3 years. So now if it's happened like this, we are not happy. It's nothing that we need to celebrate because we wanted to benefit from it. So that means there was no plan for us if we ask to benefit and then there are no awards.
All right, let's bring it back to Johannesburg. Pule, poor service delivery is back in focus in this city. It's alleged funds to complete the Joburg International Transport Exchange rank was stolen. What's the latest?
Definitely a group of residents living around this rank that we currently stationed outside here in Johannesburg marched to this particular building today, demanding answers from, of course, the Johannesburg Property Commission, JPC, which plays an oversight role over some of the city's assets, including buildings as well. As far as we understand, about nearly $500 million has been spent on this project in 2015, but of course nothing has been done thus far. This building, gigantic and beautiful as it is, remains closed, and there isn't any services that are taking place here. As far as we know, Masego, this building is supposed to create just about 300 jobs as well, and more services that would empower the city's local economy. But JPC says that due to legal and administrative processes, they've had to wait, and therefore this is the reason why there's been this delay that's taking place. And you'd know, next to it is the Bree taxi rank as well, which is situated right next to this Johannesburg interchange transport rank, and here it is just next to us. This is a Bree taxi rank, and these ranks are supposed to work as services which will contribute to the metro's economy, which, by the way, isn't doing quite well. But let's just take a listen to what one of the councillors who was with the residents earlier on had to say about this particular matter, saying that there has to be accountability and that answers are needed.
Ours is to say commercialize the rank, start getting private sector participation, start employing our people, start making sure that you collect revenue as much as you can. We all know that the city is battling in terms of revenue collection, but you have this type of a white elephant. We cannot. The city recently, there was an article that we have debt collectors who are even battling to pay. It shows, it is an indication that is how much we are battling as a city. So we cannot allow such facilities. This is $500 million project, and it is just a white elephant. We are saying consequence management must be order of the day. Those were parts of the project, and the project is standing like this. We want to see heads rolling. We want the management to account for poor project management as well.
Nobesuthu, the German and Canadian governments are advising their residents to be careful when visiting Cape Town. Why is this?
Well, Masego, according to the Minister of Tourism, thus far, they've partnered with the private sector to ensure that whatever message is being sent out there, especially to any country that has set out an alert to its citizens, they give a message to ensure that they will be safe in the country. So at this stage, Minister Delop was telling us yesterday that her office had not yet received that particular alert from the German country. But what we've been hearing from SANParks is that between September and October this year, they've recorded about 18 incidents of mugging, a slight increase for the same period last year. But due to this, they've now strengthened their partnerships with law enforcement agencies in the province as well as in the city. But we do know that 4 people were arrested in September related to those crimes. But this has done a little to appease those who believe that SANParks can still do more. In fact, one organization called the Friends of Table Mountain, they believe that pre-COVID, SANParks generated enough money that they were able to sort of make sure that there are more boots on the ground. But we also spoke to tourists who also shared their own experiences. Some are excited to be in Cape Town, but they also do believe that more could be done for the security of not only locals, but also international visitors. But this is what they had to say.
I used to cycle a lot, but I do not want to expose myself to risks, and that if you go out cycling, you're a target. They want to steal your bicycle, but then your health and safety is affected as well. So yes, it is sad. It needs serious attention.
So I think Cape Town is really great. Right now we are at the Table Mountain, and there's a lot of things that you can explore. You can go to Wharf, but the community should have a very good security for tourists like us. And I think that's very important so that they can promote the tourism of Cape Town.
All right, that was your eNCA lunchtime update from all angles with reporters Nobesuthu, Hejana in Cape Town, Pule, Letshwiti-Jones is in Johannesburg, and Lethiwe Mdluli is in Durban. Thank you, team. Let's leave it there for now.